So this is take 6. Yeah. Good day, everyone. My name is Kazim Kodri, and welcome to another interesting ranting session of Rant Out My Head. Yeah. Okay, so welcome back from this hiatus, or is that, I think that's the word, hiatus, that we took on this podcast. Well, I noticed lately if I take a break from a podcast or something, I come back with an explanation for why I took that break. And yeah, that's what part of the reason why I had the break for a while. Then also I recorded episodes, but I just felt not really good enough for me to publish. So that's not me being a perfectionist. So for any of my friends listening, they definitely know. But yeah, it's just me not just being satisfied on the content I'm trying to push out and trying to work out new things and new ways to give my best, if you get what I mean. Yeah, today's topic, work-life balance. This is gonna be the final episode of this season, season 3 of Rant Out. The season where we talk about getting started or improving or upgrading your life in tech generally. So I want to talk about a few things all under the scope of work-life balance. So a quick backstory, which I love to give you a lot. Yeah, I've been grinding 3 major gigs. I would even say 4 at some point, but let's say 3 major gigs at the same time for the past 3-4 months now. Okay, a quick side note. While I'm having this episode, I'm having a headache. It doesn't really matter, but I don't know, like, I don't know, yeah, I'm just having a headache, but we'll continue. So yeah, I've been grinding 4 or 3, I would say 3 major side gigs for the past 3-4 months, yeah. And in summary, it's been a lot. So I think, if you work in the tech space, right, especially if like a software engineer or something, you probably are familiar with having a main gig, having side gigs that you work just to add more cash to your savings and probably do other things you need at home or help families and friends. Yeah, basically that's the same mentality. And also, if you're a Nigerian listening to this, I think as when the dollar spiked in value, and also when fuel price probably tripled or doubled overnight, I think since then I started saying something to myself. I said, if you would want to survive in this particular economy, you would probably need to have a second job, or if possible a third job. And at that moment I was already working like 2-3 jobs at that time. And and the first question I started asking myself for the past 2 months is it worth it? Right? Is it worth it? Is it worth the sleepless nights, the just burnt out conversations I get to have with other people, or the 3 stand-up meetings, or joining 2 meetings at the same time and trying to meet up with different expectations before a specific time? And is it really worth it, right? I've been asking myself that question, and well, I think the sad answer is no, it's not worth it, right? And a part of me has been a bit split. I think there's a word called split. Please, English people, please correct me when you listen to this. A part of me has been split because I don't know really, like, is it, how do I even explain this? Basically, I consider myself pretty young for my career, right? One of the things I pray at and I'm striving to work towards is to retire in my early 40s. To retire in my early 40s, and to be able to live a comfortable life from there and be able to take care of my family and friends. Yeah, pretty much that. That's like one of the things I just try to achieve. Yeah, I would like to be a billionaire, sure, but like that's like the base of what I just picture for myself, right? And to achieve that, I had to set some I don't call them goals, but I have some expectations of myself when it comes to certain things. Like, for example, I think I spoke about this in previous episodes, my saving habits, my investment habits. I think of late I've doubled down on those. But at the same time, I just feel like, okay, my income based off on the Nigerian economy and things are double the price, which simply means if probably I was going to the market with, say, 40,000, I'll probably go into market with, say, 80,000, which simply means it will cut down on my savings and other expenses or other budget I had planned out for things. So it made sense to have a second job, right? And that's really how I've been thinking about things for a very long time, like for the past 5 years. Now, this episode is not to say that I'm not going to be having other side gigs. Trust me, I still have like 2 that I'm still working on at the moment. But I just want to do something which is reduce and not take on too many side gigs that I get to the stage where I am close to being burnt out, or I already start having signs of burnout, or I'm even burnt out already at that point. So yeah, things I've been trying to work out for my work-life balance. So one of the things is to actually just reduce the amount of side gigs I'm working on, right? As much as, yeah, the money sounds good, I just realized that sometimes I just look back and really, I can't even account for some of those money because I probably use it for something. I can't remember, but sometimes most times I save, like I probably save like 60% of my income, but that 60% is like investing and savings too. So in case you want to ask for what, but yeah, but the probably remain 40 expenses on things that you didn't just expect, if you get what I mean, right? But yeah, like that's how I see things. But because of that, I think I just had to realize something that, well, if it's something that I know is going to take too much from me and is going to stress me out, I would gladly just push it down to someone else, probably work with the person on achieving it, but not put it on my head and be carrying it all on my head. Which brings me down to the second thing about my work-life balance. Now, this is a bit interesting, so I think I'll just like take a break here. I will just come back and continue talking. Yeah. Now, the second thing is really managing stress at work. I know I recorded an episode about this in the past, right? Managing stress at work. We all go through a certain level of stress at our various places of work, right? For example, as usual, I would use myself as an example. I'm a software engineer, and if you ask me to define what I do, I would say I solve problems. That's like in very short form, I solve problems. That's what I do, my 9 to 5, because I have days where I just fix issues and I just look at myself like, dude, Kazim, did you sign up for this? But I just have to myself like, yeah, that's my role. I'm designed to solve problems, right? So, and sometimes, right, you might have these kind of issues that you probably, like for me, I probably stay at the screen for most part of the day trying to figure out why this is happening and why it's not working, blah, blah, blah. And someone else is bringing an attacks and some blah, blah, blah. Like, so most times what I've realized is whenever I'm under this form of, should I say, pressure, I would always try as much as possible to take a step back or take a walk, right? So, for example, I think some weeks back, right, I had some issues with some applications I work with, right? So, one of the applications I deployed wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. The other one wasn't the application's issue, but the person deploying just couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. And I had to deliver something in the next 2 hours. So I had these 3 deadlines on my head and I couldn't solve any of them. And the one I had to deliver in 2 hours, I haven't figured what I want to do in the first place, right? And I just tried something and I was hungry, right? So I just took a walk, went to get food, I came back, I ate. By the time I ate, I fixed 2 of those issues that I was having, and third one I just had to walk through the person how to do that. But yeah, but like I fixed 2 of those issues just by taking a walk, and I've been battling with this thing for the past, say, 7 hours. Now, this is very common, and I think it happens to most people I know, whereby whenever you stare at the task for a very long period of time, you should always just try to like take a step back or take a walk out of that place, do something else, play a game, watch a movie. It always helps to, should I say, help solve that problem in that moment, or it helps calm you down or make you see things in a different perspective. And I feel this is pretty much very important on how we handle stress. That's one of the ways I do. The other things I do, but probably when I remember, I'll just drop them there also. Yeah, and I think the third thing I do in managing my work life, I've been having a good, striving to have a good work-life balance, because it's still an active thing I'm trying to do, is my health. I'm not proud of this statement I'm going to make, but I think as of late October last year, I stopped going to the gym after 2 months of going to the gym. And what was my excuse? My reason, I would say a reason, because excuse sounds like, yeah. But my reason was, one, the gym was too far from where I was staying, right? I had to like take 3 means of transportation to get to where I was going to in the first place. And luckily for me, like, my neighbor was going to the gym, but at some point him too, it wasn't very consistent, which determined that the days he wasn't going, I wasn't going to go, and the days so it was just a lot of like things I didn't like. And also I was concerned about security, because by the time I'm leaving the gym late at night and it's only me, I could be robbed, which is something that's happened to me quite a number of times that I just don't pray it to happen to me again. Anybody listen to this podcast? But yeah, so like I was always concerned about that. Then also at some point in that October last year, workload just drastically increased, which made me like sometimes I had to camp at work. So I just felt these 3 reasons were like reasons why I stopped going to the gym. And I was always telling myself, well, probably next month I'll go. And I realized that we are in August now, and probably when I'm publishing this episode, it's probably September, and I still haven't resumed the gym. Interestingly, I think earlier this month or last month, I found a gym that was quite closer to my place. My friend worked me there, and I told myself, oh yeah, I'll start the gym this weekend, right? And next week I haven't started. The week after, and that's 3-4 weeks now, and I've still not gone to the gym, right? And like, I just realized that, okay, really, like, this is not going to be a good thing. I have to. So yeah, dropping this episode. So by the time you're listening to this episode, I'll probably be on my way to the gym. But yeah, like, if I just DM me if you get this, I think 3rd or 2nd of September, please just DM me, ask me if I've gone to the gym or not yet. I really love to like give a good answer to that. But yeah, I want to start going to the gym this weekend. I know saying the weekend is far, but I would explain why. Why I'm pushing to this weekend is why I will be talking about. I think I'll still be referring back to the gigs, yeah, right? So some of the gigs I have, I'll just, since we're closing out the end of the month, I want to just close them out. Some of them I would have to resign that position I'm occupying, yeah, just to be able to make space for other things in my life. Now, thirdly, on health again, I think I should mention something. So I noticed something about me. So before I think from age 5, I can't remember what happened before age 5, but I think my mom said I was sick for a very long period of time, but after that time I wasn't really sick, and I wasn't really sick from that age 5 or 6 till I was, say, 19, I think 19, yeah, thereabout, 19 or 20, thereabout. I was it even 19 or 20, like, I think it's 21 if I'm correct. I think it's 21, like, 21 was like, within those years, I wasn't really sick. Like, if I was probably sick, it's something that is just like a flu, maybe cough, catarrh. I don't consider those as sickness, but I think when I was 21 was the first time I had to like be hospitalized since I was very young. And well, I don't want to use the word hospitalized, but I was quite sick because I had food poisoning, I had malaria, I had typhoid, quite a number of things. And one of the things I noticed caused this sickness in the first place was, I stopped staying with my mom. Yeah, like, I know that's not like the best reason anybody wants to hear, but that was like a very big truth. Because so growing up, my mom, my second mom, she was formerly a nurse, right? And if anybody in the house was sick of anything, really, like the typical ones, say malaria, cough, anything, especially malaria, she just has, I think it's Daraprin or something. She gives everybody anti-malaria drugs, so it's like preventing it from spreading in the first place. So I think one of these were like measures that really helped build my immune system and everybody's immune system. Like we grew up together to ensure that we didn't get sick as often as our age mates did. You understand? So I think that was one of the factors. And also, growing up, I never had the best type of eating habit, so I don't think my eating habit changed. But yeah, like I noticed that maybe because of jumping bus and living in Lagos, really it just adds up to the whole thing. So I'm just trying, and luckily for me, I've been working hybrid for the past 2-3 years now, so it just helps to make me like go out less. But going to the gym now will make me go out more, but going out less because I only go to work twice a week and I only go to church on Sundays. So yeah, just reduce. But now it's probably going to increase because I'm probably going to work to the gym for days that I work remotely. Yeah. So yeah, that's on health. Then I think thirdly, entertainment. So okay, let's just talk about entertainment, then go on the break. So for entertainment, right, some people consider me that I don't consider myself as a weird person, but some people consider me as a weird person. So I would explain why. Well, it's just a thing of choice, and I want to believe everybody has their various ways of getting entertainment, right? For me, entertainment is probably just staying at home, watching a movie, listening to a podcast, listening to music, watching a tutorial, reading a book or something. Like that's entertainment for me, right? And maybe, yeah, going out, taking pictures. Yeah, I love to travel and take pictures. I love, in case you don't see pictures I take, just check out my Instagram page. It's just Cousin Quadri01. Yeah. I take good pictures, trust me. Yeah, so I love to take pictures. Well, not of human beings, so please don't come and be DMing me. I don't take human beings pictures. But yeah, like I love to take pictures a lot, right? And that's entertainment for me. That's fun. That's probably the highest level of fun for me. And I want to do that more, right? So I feel in the course of trying to do more, to be able to give more output, to be able to help more people, to be able to save more, I at the end not get to do these things that I love to do, that helps me to calm down and relax, then I should, right? So yeah, and it still brings me back to the question I was asking myself for the past 2 months, like, is it really worth it? So is it really worth it that I had to work, say, half of the time I'm out? Well, I'm saying, sorry, like 90% of the time I'm awake and just have to rest for like 20, like use the main 10% to probably do something else. But yeah, like I would really love to reduce that to say 80-ish or 75-ish. So I'll be able to have more time to do these things that I love to do. I think, which brings me to the other, I think, is it the fifth? Yeah, the fifth one. Time out, vacations, spending time with family and friends. I think it's tied to entertainment. So I try as much as possible to hang out with friends, go out more often, create memories. So these things just help me. And I actually notice that whenever I do these things, it helps to detoxify my whole sense of being in the moment, right? So yeah, like I don't know if we can probably take a break and we just get back. Sorry. Okay, welcome back. So yeah, we're still talking about work-life balance and things I do to just balance things out. Yeah, I think should I say the sixth thing is my use of social media. So I discovered something, right? Well, it wasn't like a conscious experiment, but I would consider it as an experiment. Was that I reduced my rate of replies on social media, and it helped me to be more focused and also to actually attend to these people in the best manner of time. So I just typically do something during the week. And because one of the issues is that my current place of work, we use WhatsApp as one of like our key major ways of communicating with other people. Not like very key, but like one of the major ways, right? And for that reason alone, I have to be online for most part of the time during the week, right? Literally, I probably don't go offline. I don't think it's the time I consciously go offline. I don't think so. But like I have to like be active. Like, so if you send me a message, I'll respond in time, right? And because of that reason, I just changed my schedule a bit. So from say 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., I respond to majorly work-related messages. So if it's not work-related, or say my superior, when I use superior, it sounds somehow, but like say my boss or the head of the unit I work at in church, my pastors, if it's not those people, right, I would probably not respond to that message. I'll probably not respond. And so it now brings me to the stage where when people send message, I try to like, okay, see from my notification and read, get context. Okay, what's this person trying to talk about? If I don't have the number, it's even a bit more I probably won't want to respond in time too. So those messages, I typically leave them till late at night and just respond to all of them. Most times I realize that these messages are not messages that I just need to actively respond to in time. Then I think secondly, it helped me like reduce my social media time, but at the same time, I noticed I started spending it on another social media, which was Instagram. But that's also reducing because I figured out there was a way on Instagram to curate what you actually see. So I helped tweak that a bit, and I really don't use like just Instagram and WhatsApp that like my active social media. The rest of them are just YouTube is considered a social media, so I use YouTube a lot. So in fact, if there's anything I use more in this world, it's YouTube probably than any other social media. But like those ones. But I just realized that doing that gave me more peace of mind. I'm now a bit, I don't like missing calls, and I don't like calling people and they don't pick my call in time, right? But I'm a bit more, should I say, relaxed when I miss a call than I was in the past, because before I was so urgent to like call the person back, but now I think my time, if I could have missed the call and the person didn't send a message, it's probably not that urgent, right? I can always like respond later in time and do what I need to do. That's the way I tend to see this. That final thing for me really in this work-life balance thing is peace of mind. Like, dude, I think we underrate the value of peace of mind. I don't used to put my head inside something that don't concern me. Something I know is too much for me. I'll leave it. I get do hard things and stuff, but bro, like, it's not what it's most of the time. I think I've come to that understanding that most times the things we rate and consider so high up, they are probably not worth it, right? So it's like that's just how I tend to see it, right? That's just how I tend to see it. Just peace of mind. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that we should have a very good work-life balance and try to strive to it. So I think if you have any tips on what you do to help manage stress and help have probably, should I say, healthy work-life balance, please share with me. The email is at therantwithkazim@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on any social media platform at Kazim Kodri or The Rant with Kazim. It's been a pleasure having the last 10 episodes with you. I know I've been on and off, but trust me, we've always been here. Have a restful time from the rest we'll be taking. And sure, I'll be needing ideas, topics for the next season, and probably a team for it. So please, my DM is always open, right? I would always respond. So probably at night, but I would always respond. Have a lovely day and week ahead. Bye.